He's sitting here, you all my life. You don't know. What is getting the rich and easy. And you are extremely
paying liabilities, the money gets pushed up and out their expense column. Liabilities are items like cars, boats, houses, airplanes, credit card debt. Now let's see just how this happens. The middle class gets a nice paycheck, let's say $10,000 for the month. They then split that down the middle and they pay their monthly expenses with half, and with the other half, they make a down payment on a new car. The car costs $5,000 down, and after they add on the insurance and the maintenance, that liability now costs $1,100 new dollars every single month. A few months go by, and they want a boat, then a vacation home, a Rolex watch on their credit card, a vacation on their credit card. And before you know it, their liabilities have raised their expense levels to near or above their income levels. They actually spend equal to or more than they make, meaning that they have to go to work and make a certain amount of money every single month just to cover their liabilities. The other important issue with both broke people and the middle class is that normally all of their cash flow is dependent on their own effort, meaning that they've educated themselves to exchange their knowledge and expertise for someone's money. Also, the money they earn is usually the highest taxed form of income. Here's an example. An attorney is knowledgeable about law, so people pay him or her in exchange for that knowledge on an hourly basis. The problem here is that if the attorney isn't sharing that knowledge with a client, then the attorney isn't making any money. This causes lots of stress and anxiety in their lives, and if you ever ask them to take an afternoon off to play golf with you, well, they very rarely can because of how much money it'll cost them to take that time off. On the surface, life's pretty good. The reality is that it's a roller coaster ride. That's the middle class. Now, I know this group very well because for a great deal of my adult life, that was me. Now let's take a look at how the rich people spend their money. Rich people acquire assets. Again, an asset is something that pays you. If you want to become rich, buy assets that earn you more money. The money cycle looks like this. Acquire assets that produce cash flow, invest the profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow, invest those profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow. The rich spend their money and acquire things that produce more money. Here are a few examples of assets that produce more money. Investments are the obvious ones: stocks, bonds, real estate. Education is another asset. If you learn how to do something that produces more money for you and you actually do it, that's buying an asset. There's a great quote that goes, "If you think education is expensive, you should see how expensive stupidity is." Another example of assets you can acquire that pay you are cash-generating opportunities, especially those opportunities that can create a passive cash flow. Passive meaning that once you build it up, the money continues to flow whether you're still building it or not. Here's a small example. Let's suppose you bought a pinball machine and you put it in a barber shop, and you don't spend any of the profits. You save them until you can buy another pinball machine and put it in another barber shop. This, by the way, was Warren Buffett's first business. If you don't know who Warren Buffett is, he's one of the top 2 richest men in America. The rich are extremely eager to find those passive cash-generating opportunities because those opportunities continue to pay them month after month, year after year, long after they've stopped working the opportunity. You know, I see this happen again and again with successful entrepreneurs. They find a passive cash flow stream that they build up, and it continues to pay them month after month, year after year. They then take those profits and multiply them in another passive cash-generating opportunity, and then again in another. In conclusion, here's what I've learned over the years. You can't find these passive cash-generating opportunities unless you're open to hearing about them. Then, once you find them, you must be willing to see what fits you and then act. Now, the reason I say this is that I once answered a hokey little ad that I ended up generating 7 figures from, simply because I answered that ad and then took action. These opportunities are out there, you just need to find them. You also must be opportunistic enough that when the right situation does present itself, you don't miss it. So remember, broke people buy stuff, the middle class buy liabilities, and the rich acquire assets, preferably cash-generating opportunities that can create passive cash flow. They then take that cash flow and invest it in another asset that produces more cash flow. That's the wealth creation formula. Now, I trust you found this introductory information helpful. Now, to learn about one of the greatest cash-generating machines on the planet, click on the link below to proceed to step 2. Hi, my name's PJ, and welcome to our short presentation. Have you ever wondered how the rich keep getting richer while broke people stay broke and the middle class seems to be shrinking? Well, this isn't nearly as mysterious as it may appear when you examine the specific differences in how broke people, the middle class, and the rich spend their money. Now, this is such a simple concept, yet so profound, it nearly knocked me out of my chair when I finally understood it. I'm going to show you exactly how the rich spend their money, and you can evaluate for yourself why they keep getting richer and the broke keep getting broker, and why the middle class remains so stressed out. Now, to get started, I'd like to review some financial terms we'll be using during this presentation. The terms that you need to be familiar with are cash flow, which means money you bring in, expenses, which means money you spend, assets. Now, this is the most confusing one. You're probably familiar with the traditional definition of an asset, which is something you own or have equity in. However, back in the 1990s, Robert Kiyosaki introduced us to a new definition of an asset in his groundbreaking Rich Dad, Poor Dad series of books. Robert taught us that an asset is something that pays you, and that's the definition we'll be using here. Liabilities is the last term, and it's defined as things that cost you money. As an example, a house is typically viewed as an asset. But can it actually be a liability? Yes. With our revised definition, anything that costs you money is a liability, not an asset. If you have a mortgage, your house is an asset to your banker because it pays him or her every month. But could a house also be considered an asset to you? Yes, in the right circumstances it could, when it pays you money. Let's say you buy a house and you rent it out. and it paid you a positive cash flow every month after all expenses. That would then be considered an asset. Now, one more time with the terms, just to be very clear before we continue. Cash flow is money you make. Expenses, that's money you spend. An asset pays you, and a liability costs you. Now let's take a look at how broke people spend their money. Now, when I say broke people, I'm not referring to the destitute. I'm speaking about that large portion of our society that lives from paycheck to paycheck and who never seem to have any money. In fact, most times there's more month left at the end of their money, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that group. On payday, broke people buy what I'm going to call stuff. Well, what's stuff? Well, that's inexpensive things that people buy that they don't really need to survive. You go into someone's house and you can't find any counter or tabletop space in the whole house because of all the stuff on it. Their house and their cars are full and cluttered with stuff. Well, where do they get all this stuff? They buy it at the flea market, at the garage sale, at the dollar store, at the craft show. So cash flow comes in and then it goes straight out the expense column to buy stuff. You see, broke people never really educate themselves on assets and liabilities. They justify buying all of this stuff by claiming that it costs so little. But over the years, it's all they ever have. The problem is their cash flow never produced or created more cash flow. Now, please understand, I'm not undermining or taking any shots at this or any group. I just see a lot of financial difficulty out there, and it really doesn't need to be that way. Creating wealth isn't a mystery, it's a formula. The only reason someone doesn't create wealth is because they either don't know the formula or they don't apply the formula. Now let's take a look at the middle class. The middle class is the group that society mistakenly thinks are rich. They're not. Yes, they typically earn a six-figure income, and many of them appear rich, but it's what they buy with their money that keeps them prisoners of the middle class. What they typically buy are liabilities. Remember the definition of a liability? Things that cost you. By buying liabilities, the money gets pushed up and out their expense column. Liabilities are items like cars, boats, houses, airplanes, credit card debt. Now, let's see just how this happens. The middle class gets a nice paycheck, let's say $10,000 for the month. They then split that down the middle, and they pay their monthly expenses with half, and with the other half, they make a down payment on a new car. The car costs $5,000 now, and after they add on the insurance and the maintenance, that liability now costs $1,100 new dollars every single month. A few months go by, and they want a boat, then a vacation home, a Rolex watch on their credit card, a vacation on their credit card. And before you know it, their liabilities have raised their expense levels to near or above their income levels. They actually spend equal to or more than they make. Meaning that they have to go to work and make a certain amount of money every single month just to cover their liabilities. The other important issue with both broke people and the middle class is that normally all of their cash flow is dependent on their own effort, meaning that they've educated themselves to exchange their knowledge and expertise for someone's money. Also, the money they earn is usually the highest taxed form of income. Here's an example. An attorney is knowledgeable about law, so people pay him or her in exchange for that knowledge on an hourly basis. The problem here is that if the attorney isn't sharing that knowledge with a client, then the attorney isn't making any money. This causes lots of stress and anxiety in their lives, and if you ever ask them to take an afternoon off to play golf with you, well, they very rarely can because of how much money it'll cost them to take that time off. On the surface, life's pretty good. The reality is that it's a roller coaster ride. That's the middle class. Now, I know this group very well because for a great deal of my adult life, that was me. Now let's take a look at how the rich people spend their money. Rich people acquire assets. Again, an asset is something that pays you. If you want to become rich, buy assets that earn you more money. The money cycle looks like this. Acquire assets that produce cash flow, invest the profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow, invest those profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow. The rich spend their money and acquire things that produce more money. Here are a few examples of assets that produce more money. Investments are the obvious ones: stocks, bonds, real estate. Education is another asset. If you learn how to do something that produces more money for you and you actually do it, that's buying an asset. There's a great quote that goes, "If you think education is expensive, you should see how expensive stupidity is." Another example of assets you can acquire that pay you are cash-generating opportunities, especially those opportunities that can create a passive cash flow. Passive meaning that once you build it up, the money continues to flow whether you're still building it or not. Here's a small example. Let's suppose you bought a pinball machine and you put it in a barber shop, and you don't spend any of the profits. You save them until you can buy another pinball machine and put it in another barber shop. This, by the way, was Warren Buffett's first business. If you don't know who Warren Buffett is, he's one of the top 2 richest men in America. The rich are extremely eager to find those passive cash-generating opportunities because those opportunities continue to pay them month after month, year after year, long after they've stopped working the opportunity. You know, I see this happen again and again with successful entrepreneurs. They find a passive cash flow stream that they build up, and it continues to pay them month after month, year after year. They then take those profits and multiply them in another passive cash-generating opportunity, and then again in another. In conclusion, here's what I've learned over the years. You can't find these passive cash-generating opportunities unless you're open to hearing about them. Then, once you find them, you must be willing to see what fits you and then act. Now, the reason I say this is that I once answered a hokey little ad that I ended up generating 7 figures from, simply because I answered that ad and then took action. These opportunities are out there, you just need to find them. You also must be opportunistic enough that when the right situation does present itself, you don't miss it. So remember, broke people buy stuff, the middle class buy liabilities, and the rich acquire assets, preferably cash-generating opportunities that can create passive cash flow. They then take that cash flow and invest it in another asset that produces more cash flow. That's the wealth creation formula. Now, I trust you found this introductory information helpful. Now, to learn about one of the greatest cash-generating machines on the planet, click on the link below to proceed to step 2. Hi, my name is PJ, and welcome to our short presentation. Have you ever wondered how the rich keep getting richer while broke people stay broke and the middle class seems to be shrinking? Well, this isn't nearly as mysterious as it may appear when you examine the specific differences in how broke people, the middle class,
Hello. My name is not PJ. My own name is
and why the middle class.
So, I'm the next line. after PJ. PJ has already finished. Yeah. PJ has finished his own bits. It is my turn. Olaoshe become okay to speak to you about financial literacy, just as he has been doing. He has tried his best. It's left for us now to pick it up from there. Okay. Happy New Year to some people that I'm seeing on this call for the first time this year. I can see some of you on the call. I haven't seen you, neither have I heard from you for a while. It's still your girl, Olaoshe become okay. And tonight, we just want to share once again about TGR, top up and get reward. If you are on this call of top up and get reward, TGR for the first time, please go into the chat box and type 1. Figure 1, figure 1, figure 1. Happy New Year, Mr. Amos. Happy New Year. If you are here for the first time, please type 1 into the chat box. And even if you have been coming, but today you've made up your mind that you are going to sign up for that TGR that I've been hearing about, please type 2. So you are here for the first time, you've not heard about TGR before, type 1. You've been hearing about TGR, but you've been looking at it, you've been procrastinating about it, but today you've come to the conclusion that today, not today, and you are signing up. Please type 2, type 2, type 2, type 2. If you are here for the first time, type 1. If you are coming for the alternate time, but you have made up your mind to sign up today, please type 2. So we don't stay too long on this call, I'm going to go straight to business just as I start sharing my screen. All right. The money you are actually looking for is right there in the business you do not want to do. That business that you have been thinking that, oh, should I do it? Should I not do it? That's why this is just jotting at you right there. Because the kind of money you are looking for is in the business you are avoiding. So those of you who have been coming on this call for TGR and you have been holding back to signing up, okay, well done, Mr. Amos. You've signed up already. That's good. Okay, so if you have been coming and you haven't signed up, I'm just trying to encourage you before you hear it again. Today is the best day to sign up because the money you are looking for is in this business you are trying to run away from. Okay, so run no more. Let's do it together. TGR is a very, very innovative business. And you see, in this country that we are in, this Nigeria, if you are not innovative, you are just on your own. That's OYO. Over the course of the last 1 month or so, we actually found another innovative business. You know, our own is to connect you. We are connectors. So we'll be talking about this. We've been talking about it too. And so normally we have the calls on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can also be here. We'll share the link so that you can enjoy that as well. Nigerians especially are coming out. You know, it's when you have problems, you really need to come out of your box and you pull out everything in your brain and get very, very innovative. So that's where we are. Now, coming back to TGR, you see, there are so many potentials in Nigeria. It's just because we saw the oil, and then we became so lazy. We were not looking at what we should look at any longer. But fortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, because now it has come out to be for our good. What the devil meant for bad has turned out to be for our good. So there have been a lot of collaborative efforts in Nigeria. People will start their businesses and then they will say, come on, come and help us to push it. So TGR is one of these. TGR is in the telecom industry. What we call TGR just means top up and get reward. You see? So this means that as you are topping up your devices, either your phone or your tablets, you are getting paid. Okay, the very first time we are seeing that in the telecoms world. Okay, so these are some of the innovative industries that we have. We have food industry, we have telecoms, we have health, we have them. But tonight, like I said, we want to dwell on the telecommunication, that is the TGR. You see, TGR has brought one innovation in the fact that you can own your own platform where you will be able to top up your devices, and then this company will give you back a certain percentage of what you have charged. It's the first time we are seeing this in the telecom industry, like I said. Connectivity and communication have been there, okay? Economic growth has been in the telecom industry. Financial inclusion has been the order of the day, okay? Innovation and technology definitely is in the telecom industry. So the telecom industry often drives technological innovations, encouraging the development of new services and solutions. And it is one of these solutions that we want to look at. This is where I started my presentation tonight. And I'm still coming back to it because that money you are looking for, that passive income, that money when you just wake up, you are waking up to money, is in this business. I believe that's what we are all looking for, because that's what I'm looking for. So it was day before yesterday here, and MTN, you know, they are not respectful at all. They were telling me that I have no credit. Oh, I said, oh, you don't even know who you are dealing with. I quickly went to my TGR, and behold, 10,000 naira was sitting pretty for me there, you know. So I just called my son that was somewhere near me, that come and see you. Come and see, this is what makes me happy. You know, when I see money coming in, I've told people, nobody can upset me, nobody. Once the money is coming in, because then I'm able to do what God has sent me here to do. I'm able to help myself and people around me. So I don't get upset once I have money. So because I know that it's only not having money that can get me upset, I try to do a lot of what I can do to get me money. And TGR is one of them. So this one uses what we call VTU, Virtual Top-Up, which is a secure online package by telecommunications company to enable you dispense data, airtime, just like the banks do. And you know, when you do what somebody does, then you are able to make money like them. So you are just going to make money just like the banks do. When you have your VTU, the telecom industry serves as a critical enabler for economic development, especially in this country. They also stand for innovation, improved connectivity, playing a very vital role in navigating the challenges and opportunities of this current economic landscape. You see, the 10,000 naira I said I saw in my dashboard, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? At least I was able to buy myself credit. That the 10,000 naira can actually do a lot more. I could have used it to buy food. I could have used it to do any other thing. I could have used it to fix my car. It depends on what I want to fix there. I could have used it to buy me a frame, a pair of glasses, you know, anything. I could have used it to even buy powder. I could have taken it to put in the house of God, anything at all, you know. So, and that was earned passively. That's what having your own VTU does for you. You earn money just as you are and as other people, because the money I saw there wasn't what I put there. It wasn't what they gave me back for charging my phone. It was what other people made for me, the people that are signed under my structure. Because this is another thing. In this business of TGR, as the people under you, the people you have told, and I don't see why you won't tell people when you see any good thing, you should share it. So I saw, I shared, and I'm enjoying from my action. So that's what this is all about. Telecommunication is the new oil well. Is the new oil well. We don't have to depend on the oil well again because we have this telecommunication company. It is called Top Up and Get Reward. You see, telecommunications is actually the silver lining in this kind of economy. Like I told you, the 10,000 naira would have done a lot. And when you look at the analysis, this is a business that can never go away. In as much as you have internet, you have IoTs, telecoms industry, this kind of business can never go away. Look at the analysis. 250 million active SIM cards. These SIM cards will have to use credit. They have to recharge. They have to put data. So what this means is that as you have the active SIM cards, it just shows that you have running businesses. Because as these people, if you're able to talk to them, imagine you talking to like 1 million out of these 250 million. Okay? That means that as they are recharging, you are also making money. 3 million Nigerians recharge their phones per hour. That's what the NCC told us. I'm sure it will even have increased. 14 billion naira is spent daily on recharge alone. 14 billion, not million. No. 446 billion naira per month on recharge. Okay? So, and then 21.4 trillion naira per year on recharge. The only thing that should be coming to our mind is how do we even make something out of all these billions, out of all these trillions that we are peddling around? You see, telecom industry has already overtaken the oil sector in contributing to the GDP. GDP is a means of measuring the wealth of a country. Okay, so before it used to be oil, but right now, telecom has taken over from the oil industry. So you can see that if you sign in into this kind of business, then you are in for a very good time. Nigeria phone subscribers spend 242 billion naira on recharge monthly. Okay, so data has become the fastest growing commodity all over the world. But today I want to talk to you about how data, how recharge, how refilling your NEPA and DSTV, how paying those bills can earn you a lot of money. Okay, so because this volume is very high, data consumption has very high frequency. If we take a poll right now, I'm sure that some of you quickly put data on your phone because you know that you are coming on this call. So that's how frequent data usage can be. The volume is very high, like we have seen the research done and the analysis. And of course, the value is very clear because if you do not have data tonight, you won't be here. It is more or less usage of your smartphones, you know, it's more or less like an addiction. Everybody is on the phone, even while eating, while walking. Some people, while walking on the road, they are on their phones. Although I don't expect you to do that because life is more precious than any other thing. Now, if the banks are not making money from this telecom industry that we are talking about, and like I said, they use the VTU we are proposing to you tonight. They also use VTU. It's the same thing that they use, that TGR also uses. Now, every now and again, they send you this kind of text messages to come and buy airtime and data. Ordinarily, what we knew the banks to be is they're supposed to be financial institutions looking out for people to come and open bank accounts, looking out for people to come and take loans. But these days, because there is money in telecoms, all they are after is people to come and buy credit, come and buy data, come and subscribe. Telecom industry is very, very valuable nowadays. So let's put on our thinking cap. Let's think about it. What if we earn part of this money coming in from airtime and data? Why don't we just think that way? That's why I said, if you have been coming on this call and you have not signed up, tonight is the night of decision. You should just make up your mind to sign up to Top Up and Get Reward. It's the best online mobile solution provider that I have seen in the whole wide world, because they allow you to earn from your spendings. You are spending money and somebody is giving you back more money. People that you have invited are spending money and they are still paying you for bringing them, like till infinity, because it's still to your 12th level. Or is it 10th level now? Whichever. Okay, so who actually is TJR? Who are they really? They are a company dedicated to your financial freedom. They have hidden, they want to expose to you every hidden financial treasures the telecom industry has in this country. So the premier products are recharge cards for all networks, every network you are thinking of. When I go out, I dash people network air recharge card anyhow, because I've started receiving them for free. I don't transfer money into my account to buy recharge cards or data any longer. Instead, I just wake up to meet money made per day in my account. Okay, and you can make as much as you want to make. It depends on the number of people you have invited, because the more people you invite, the more you see them buying, the more they buy, the more money in your bank account. Okay, so these are the products: Airtel, MTN, Glo, 9Mobile. Then you can pay your PHCN. You can recharge your DSTV. Okay, you can also do your Smile on TGR. And whichever one of these that you do, you are getting a cashback. And how does this even happen? The only way it happens is you getting your VTU portal, just as the banks are doing. The banks have their, any other person, any institution, any corporate body at all dispensing data or recharge pins or cards, or you can pay bills through their portals. This is what they use, VTU portal. And it can run to millions of naira. But it is not so in TGR. TGR is a very considerate company. And like I said, your VTU, that is the virtual top-up, is the only instrument you need to be on this business. Okay, so it's an online vending portal used for the effective management and distribution of digital prepaid products like airtime, data, and bill payment services. This is all you need, VTU. And this is what we have brought to your doorsteps tonight. Okay, it's, like I said, it doesn't cost you your limbs and your head. No, it's not 1 million, it's not 500,000, it's not even 100,000. So you have your BTU from TGR, that is Top Up and Get Reward Company, for as low, you can do as low as 5,000. It's just that when you do higher packages, then you are in a better place to earn more. And we'll see that as we move on in this presentation. And all you need to do this is your smartphone. Just your smartphone. You have to turn your smartphone to your money-making device. Okay? How do I make money? What do I need to get started? I've told you two of the things you need to do to get started. One of them is to have the BTU, and the second one is for you to have a smartphone that you will now prove to that you are smarter than. Because when you start making money off what you have bought with your money, it just shows that you are a lot smarter. You make the money you have even used to buy that phone. Please don't be like the people that will carry a two-story building as a phone, because that's how much they bought this smartphone. And the only thing they do on the phone is just to say hello, hello. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So these are the packages in TGR. If you come on 5,000 Naira, you're on the Pearl package. Then the Coral, 10,000. Emerald, 20,000. Then Sapphire, 30,000. Ruby, 40,000. And Diamond, 50,000. What all these packages mean is that you will push in this money into the company to rent the BTU. That's the way I can put it to you. You pay this for the VTU. Is this not the money you are going to be using to buy your credit? No. But this is the money that you pay to the company for them to have spent so much money on virtual top-up, and they are allowing you to be a part user, to be their partner. So this is how much you pay, and it's a lifetime payment. It's a lifetime payment. You just consider it as money you use to buy your shop on TGR platform, because this is where you now start to buy and to sell if you want to. Now, apart from the fact that you can also buy your airtime and data and you collect 2% cash back, whoever, no matter the number of people you are bringing in, once they are registering, you collect 10% of their registration package as your registration bonus, which means that if somebody you have invited comes in with 5,000 Naira, then you earn 10% of 5,000 Naira, you know, which is 500 Naira. If you bring somebody on 50,000 Naira, for instance, you will get 10,450 as your registration bonus. Actually, there is another form of registration bonus in TGR. The one I've described to you is registration referral bonus, which is 33%, pardon me. But this 10% registration bonus is actually your own money as you are bringing your money in. For instance, if you sign in on 50,000 Naira, you will get back 5,000 Naira. It's been a while. So pardon me, 10% registration bonus means your registration money, you get back 10% of that. So that means that if you are signing in with 5,000 Naira, you will get 10% of 5,000 Naira put back in your dashboard. If you are signing in with 50,000 Naira, you will get 10% of 50,000 Naira, which is 5,000 Naira, put back in your dashboard. What TGR wants you to do with this is to also navigate your dashboard to know how to buy and how you will be rewarded. Okay, so that's for registration bonus. Now, if you now buy airtime, if you buy airtime from your TGR dashboard, you are given back 2% of what you have recharged with, 2% of the airtime or data. Then for your TV subscription, you are given back 0.5%. And for your PHCN payment, that is NEPA, the almighty NEPA, you have 1% of what you have paid, the bills that you are trying to pay. Now, you can imagine if you have 0.15% of all your network transactions. That's huge. That's huge. If you invite 12 million, and it's possible. The company actually turned 5 years, November last year, and a lot of people had made so much money in the 5 years. And only God knows how many affiliates they have brought in to have been able to earn such money. Okay. So every day, as a daily income, passively, you can earn between 10,000 and 100,000 naira. And that's not a joke. It's not somebody just trying to brainwash anybody. That's the fact. I told you that I checked into my account and I saw money, 10,000 naira, sitting pretty. I didn't withdraw the 10,000 naira like immediately. I normally would leave my money to be there, so leave me time. So before I go to bed, I withdraw money to my account. I wake up in joy. I sleep in happiness. Because when I wake up, I'll still see some money in my back office. Some people do their transactions overnight. No matter how small, even if it's 300 naira, you will wake up to see in your back office every blessed day. So depending on the number of people you have invited, you can actually make up to 10,000 per day, between 10,000 and 100,000 naira. I know that I have made over 30,000 naira per day before because, and it's very easy to even calculate. It's very, very easy to make this money. If you want to make 30,000 naira a day, just go and look for 3 persons that will sign with you on 50,000 naira. Because on each person, they will give you 33% of what they are bringing in, which is 10,450 naira. And you've already made your 30,000 for that day. So it's that easy, depending on what you're doing to get it done. So this kind of business is in the connective space, just like Mark and the rest of them. We are not by any means comparing Mark and Aliko. They are all doing well. Aliko is in the industrial economy, while Mark is in the connective economy. This is connectivity. And you too, you can be there. You can earn money just as Mark is earning, trading his business on Facebook. This is what we mean by connectivity. Connect with others. And you can connect with them on social media. You can connect with them in real time. You can connect as we are connecting with you now online. This is social media. These are the connectors that have brought this to you. My own name is Olaosebiko. Okay. These are my colleagues, and we are connectors. We do not keep quiet when we see great opportunities. Okay. And that was what Mr. PJ was telling you in the video I played earlier on, that when you see opportunities, just latch on it. Once you see that it's credible, just do your due diligence and start. Don't procrastinate, because when you do, people are already making it. And it's good for you to join early in things like this, because the company would also appreciate those who understood fast enough and join them even when nobody thinks that they have a future. Okay, so today is the right time for you to join. See, our dear father, Chief Obasanjo, is a connector. He connected MTN to Nigeria. That's what connecting economy is. And up to tomorrow, he's still earning from the connection. Because when you find yourself in a connective economy, and you key into it, it's perpetually. What you earn is actually it's generational. It's from one generation to the other. So that's what is happening in Baba's life right now. Since he connected MTN, he's still making money from the connection. You can imagine if he had taken bribe from them, he would have finished spending this money, but he chose to connect. We have other connecting economies, businesses in the connecting economies. You have Uber. Uber doesn't have any vehicle, but they earn money moving people from a place to the other. Facebook, we talked about that. Amazon is also a business where you need to sign in as a member, just as TGR. You need to be a member before you can really, really, really enjoy all this that we are talking about. Alibaba is in the connecting economy. Airbnb is in connecting economy. They have no home anywhere. They have no house anywhere, but they rent out houses to people. I'm sure most of us also would have used their services one time or the other. So how do you make so much on this TGR? Make more money in this economy. I hope you know how much $1 is to a naira today. So if you don't have other means of making money, you are on your own. You are on your own. Those of us that you saw right there in that picture as connectors, we have so many opportunities. We have some we can connect you to that you earn dollars. We have some that we can connect you to that you eat and you get paid. Have you seen that before? Just as you are using data and you are getting paid, you eat food and then upon it, they will still be paying you. I mean, this world is going on and we are following it. Like Yorubas will say, Ayenyi Anto. You see, so that's the thing right now. Is the vogue cash back, cash back, cash back, cash back is in vogue. So tell people, show your friends, show your family members, even show your enemies, show your church people, show your village people, show your mosque people. Let them know that all these things are now shopping in Nigeria. Okay, you can earn as an affiliate. I've told you, you earn so much that you can earn between 10,000 to 100,000 a day. Your referral, when you refer, you are giving 22%. I don't even know how much I called it before, but it's 22% direct referral. Okay, so when you earn 22% direct referral, the person that comes that you have invited, that is your first referral, your first direct, when this person brings any other person in, you earn 5% as indirect referral bonus. When this person brings other people in, you earn 1.5% to your level 10 debt. To your level 10 debt. Okay, so all the people that will come after, those that will come after, that will come after them, you keep earning up to your level 10. That is if you join TGR with 50,000 naira. If you join with lesser amount of money, just put it in mind that as you are making the money or from wherever you have more money, quickly upgrade until you get to 50,000 naira, because the snag in that is if you are not on 50,000 naira package, you won't be able to earn to your 10th generation. Okay, so when you bring in somebody and this person brings in somebody and this person brings, you will lose out if you are not on 50,000 naira. But you can also start small, but have it at the back of your mind that you are building bigger up till you get to 50,000 naira. You see all those money, I'm going to show you practically how we make money in TGR. This is why I'm kind of rushing through the slides so that we can be there on time and we can learn real time. They are all in drops. All this money we are talking about, they come in little drops, 20 kobo, 10 kobo, 5 naira, 20 naira, you know, and they make a lot of difference. This beggar and people like him who know how to make use of their little drops of ocean is right here. He's a beggar, he's an entrepreneurial beggar, he's an entrepreneur. The little money he makes, he has what we have on the screen. He has water making factories. I was told he has more than 2, maybe 3 or so. And he has downfalls. You can see all these transport vehicles. This is Lagos color. He has them from the little drops of money that he makes. So please don't shut any window of opportunity once it appears, because you never can tell how much money can come from that. There are some businesses you will start with only 3,000 naira and it will take you to 40 million naira in so short a time. There are some businesses you start with $1,000 and in 2 years' time, you're already on $200,000. They are all available and they are there. People are making it there. In this TGR, by the time I was being told about this in August last year, the person that came talking to me about it with my direct upline, Alaja, okay, she's a doyen of TGR, but as at that time, had already made over 33 million naira from TGR, from all these kobo kobo and toro toro 11 naira. So don't let us look down on things like this. You are going to see my back office and you see the 2020 kobo, the 11 naira that has culminated to whatever it is there now for today. And we are going to withdraw, like we are going to withdraw it before we sleep. That's the way we roll. Okay. So if you want to be a reseller, although I don't advise this, it's better for you to just bring those people you want to resell to, put them in your structure so that as they are buying, you're also making money and they're also making their own money and you live in peace. It's not the one that you will be like, I'm in a meeting now, if I'm doing a reseller kind of things, because you can, but if that is what you choose to do, you can buy and resell. They also sell e-pins, what we call e-pins. So you buy the pins and then, excuse me, you resell to others. All right. So you resell to others, you print them out and you resell. You print out the pins and you resell to people who are interested, if that is what catches your fancy. But I would rather you bring them in, collect your referral bonus, and as they charge their phone every now and again, you keep earning, you keep earning. As an affiliate, you have e-earning. As people under you are refilling, you are getting paid. Right. We also have leadership programs in TGR. When you make certain amounts of money, or you make certain amounts of PVs rather, there are some, all those, you can see that when I was showing you the packages carry PVs, what we call points values. So when anybody joins under you with 50,000 naira, for instance, this person will earn herself or himself 100 PVs, and you that you have referred the person, 100 PVs will also be added to you. That's the way it is. So, but before you can be on this leadership platform, on this leadership program, you must have started on 10,000 naira package. And all accumulated PVs will not be wiped off during this leadership program. In fact, in TGR generally, the PVs are not wiped off and you are not balancing any leg, by the way. Unlike in some places where they will say they are balancing one leg, they are balancing 10 legs, and that's okay, because you didn't buy something, your PVs had been washed off. No, that's not the way it is. The PVs keep accumulating, okay? So you can earn up to 120,000 naira in a month when your group PVs accumulate to 10,000 PVs. Not your own alone, your group, everybody under you and yourself. When you make up to 10,000 PVs in a particular month, then the company will give you 120,000 naira. So really, if we really want to do this business properly, we should just strive to maintain 10,000 PVs every month and earn 120,000. That's like a monthly salary. And a lot of people have won this. That's Elijah I talked to you about. She's a doyen of TGR, and she's been winning a whole lot of bonuses. Okay. When you also make point values of up to 20,000 or 25,000 in value, you get 750,000 naira from this company or a free trip to Dubai. All expenses paid, or you get 750,000. But most people actually take their 750,000 naira. These are the people that have already won this. You can also be a gold director when you have made point values, group point values of 100,000. This qualifies you for a car worth 5 million or the cash equivalent. Okay? You can also win this. People have been winning. These are the people. Oladimeji Sheyi. Elijah has also won this. So many people have won over and over again. That's Elijah with Avenza. And you can also be a star director. If you make up to 500,000 PVs, this qualifies you for another car. I mean, for another car. Is it car? The star director for 10 million naira or the cash bonus. Is that the car or the housing thing? Okay. You can also win 6 million. The car bonus, the second car bonus is actually 6 million. This one, the 10 million, is for housing allowance. I think there is a mistake in that slide. Okay. So these are values that we are seeing right here. These are values. If we dare treat this TGR as a business, then we will get paid. Like I told you, if we really go all out and invite people and we are making them, we are letting them know the values in this business, we can actually earn the 120,000 naira every month. And that would fix a lot of things in our lives in this kind of economy that we are in. Okay, so if you don't want people to create a bad future for you, if you don't want your government, for instance, to create the leaders that you have, don't mind me when I say you have, because for me, I've already thought it deeply enough. And I keep telling people that are in my cycle to please excuse themselves from the shenanigans of this country and do valuable, viable businesses with integrity like TGR. They have their office in Magodo Phase 2 in Lagos, Magodo GRA Phase 2. So they are not running away to anywhere. So if you don't try to create the future you want, you may just have to endure the future you get, especially if you are living in this part of the world. You see a leader, he said you should be prepared for tough time. And truly the tough time was there for those, and it's still there, for those who will not look around there and just do some things, you know? And even if you are wealthy, it's not everybody in your family that is wealthy. It's not everybody in your church that is wealthy. It's not everybody on your street that is wealthy. And you see, when you are the only one wealthy amongst others, you are equally a poor person. Because what you are supposed to use your wealth for is also to help others, to lift them up. And you don't necessarily have to start doling out money for people. You can teach them how to fish. This is a business you can actually give to people in your circle and let them make money. If you choose to refer people, this is the much you can make in this business. If you buy the package at 10,000 naira only, just 10,000 naira, in your level 1, if you bring in people on level 1, you will get 22% of what they are bringing. That commission is 2,090. Just imagine that you just have 10 affiliates only. You have only told 10 people, 10 persons in your church, 10 persons in your office, 10 persons on your street, 10 persons in your mosque, 10 persons anywhere, at the bus stop, everywhere. Because if you are desperate enough, you will tell people about what you are doing, especially if you know that you really need the money. Like those who go about saying they don't have work to do, they are looking for jobs. The jobs are nowhere. Create jobs for yourself. This is a business you can create a job for yourself in. So if you look for 10 persons that will just sign up with you with just 10,000 naira only, you will earn 20,000 on your level 1 with 10 affiliates, with 10 persons alone. And then with this, you will have earned yourself 200 point values. By the time you get to level 2, you will earn 5%. of the 10,000 naira package that your own 10 affiliates are bringing in. Because if they too invite 10 persons, then you that you have brought those first 10 in, you will earn 5% of whatever they are bringing in, which is 237.5 multiplied by 100. Because by now, you have 100 of them. So that will give you 47,500 naira. Just add it to your 20,090. And right now, this 100 people will give you 2,000 point values. Remember, you also use these point values to earn the bonuses. Like I said, you can use it to win your 120,000 naira monthly. You can use it to win a trip to Dubai for 750,000 naira. You can use it to win the car for 5 million naira. You can use it to win the car for 6 million. And you can use it to win the housing allowance of when you have 100,000 of this, which is 10 million bonus for you. So you can get this up to your level 6 because you have started with 10,000 naira. Imagine you starting with 50,000. We'll see that chart. So that means you will be able to win all these incentives up to your 10th level. But even on level 6 and with 10,000 naira, look at money, you would have been able to make 142,500. When you add everything to your affiliate commission and all of that, you will have, and all the things, all the incentives you will have won, the 10,000, the 120,000 naira, the 750,000 naira, the 5 million, the 6 million, and probably, because if you look at these point values, they will have been able to earn you all of these incentives. Because by the time you have, look at 20 million, apart from you winning all those bonuses, all those incentives, in fact, you'll be able to dash your neighbor some point values so that your neighbor too can win some of these incentives. And you will have 159 million from a business you have started with 10,000 naira only. So this is how good all these businesses can be. This is how good TGR really is. So this is the breakdown. Don't let us dwell too much on that. If you have questions, be putting them in the chat box. We will come to them. Now, if you sign in on Diamond, which is 50,000 naira, this is what you get. With your 50,000 naira and 10 affiliates, you have 10,450, like I said earlier on, and then you would have been able to make 104,500 naira and 1,000 point values just from 10 persons that you have brought in on your first level. By the time you get to level 6, you have made more than 700. Look at this, more than 700 million naira. That is, if all things are going on normally, you brought in your own 10, your 10 are good enough to bring in their own 10, 10, 10. They make 100 affiliates bring in their own 10, 10, 10, becomes 1,000. Then to level 4, you have 10,000. As you are having them, remember, it's 100 PVs for 50,000 package. So what you are doing is you entered with 50,000 and you are bringing in people with 50,000. But please, it doesn't mean that when you enter with 50,000 naira, you must bring people of 50,000 naira. You can bring in anybody. You can bring in anybody. We just use this chart to let you see the projection of what you can have if everyone in your structure is signing in with 50,000 or the previous one with 10,000 naira. All right. So this is how much you can make in TGR. Are they legitimate? Yes, they are. You can see all the certifications. We just thought we should have this in the slides so that you will realize that they are very legit. You can go to bed doing business with these people. They are more than 5 years old, like I said. This is the letter of commendation from the appropriate ministry to them. Okay, that's the CEO, Mr. Babatunde. receiving his award of Best ICT in Innovation from the former minister. All right, I'm not too sure the minister will acknowledge him if it was a 419. Hello, it is too risky to be poor. Very risky. Even the Bible says that much. The poor person is hated by his kinsmen. Anybody that is poor, and you don't have to be poor. You don't have to. With opportunities like this, nobody has any reason. In fact, people around you do not have to be poor because you should be magnanimous enough to share this opportunity. I mean, you can start something with 10,000 naira and get to over 700 and something million. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. Even if you don't have all of those, even if everybody in your structure they refuse to sign their own people under themselves like that, you can go ahead and call people and you still make an appreciable money from this business. See our own big pockets here. Wike and Akpabio. You see them? They are friends. They are rich. They are in telecommunications. And they are leveraging on the telecom industry to sort themselves out. When one was going to run for governorship, gubernatorial election, the other gave 200 million to support from the telecom industry. So you too can do that. You see your friend, your friend needs to do something. You go into your TGR dashboard and you withdraw a very handsome sum of money and you give. The person will remember you forever. Okay? No one is rich enough to recreate yesterday. This is what I've been saying, and our Baba Shoyinka has said it in a nutshell. If you hustle hard, tomorrow could be yours. Like I was saying, that tell everybody, inform them everywhere. You see, it doesn't matter what kind of resource you have. If you have so many resources and you don't know how to use them, it is zero. That phone in your hand is a resource that you have even spent your money to purchase. Use it wisely. Don't be like this one, you see. He has everything. Maybe it's even iFood rice that he's carrying. He has everything, but he doesn't have common sense. He's not aware of his environment. To put fire in stove is a problem for him. He's waiting for God to come and do it. God has given us our thinking faculty. The onus is on us to make use of what he has given us. Turn your phone, those your devices, into an income channel. That's my advice for you tonight. What's your plan B? What will you even do if only your only source of income is suddenly taken away from you? For instance, we pray for everyone that the incidents in Ibadan affected. We sincerely commiserate with them. But I hope you know that some people's businesses were also ruined in that. What is your plan B? Nobody is praying for any bad eventuality. But supposing you are even sacked from your office, what will you be doing? What will you do? See this young girl. I love her so much. She's a qualifier of the 750,000 naira. She didn't start it by herself. The mother started it and pushed it for her. You too can do this for your children. You can do it. By the time they become like Mubina Adeosun, they will be paying their school fees. All you need to do is to start their business for them on TGR, and you tell them to open their mouth. If I play for you the video that this girl made, you'll be amazed. She's a young entrepreneur right there. So if she tells you about TGR, you won't have any other choice than to sign in. So she's already started her own thing, and she won that great prize, 750,000 naira. So if you spend up to 2,000 every single month on your recharge card, on your data, and I'm sure a lot of you on this call spend more than this. I know how much I spend. Don't let me even say it because I'm always online. Even when I'm sleeping, my devices are online. Okay? Because we also trade. So we are looking for signals. So we are looking for signals. All right. So look at that. If you spend up to 10,000 naira, 2,000 to 10,000 naira, you need TGR. You need to take action today. Don't even stay there. So in conclusion, if you want to navigate this Nigerian economic landscape and you want to scale through, you have to look out for opportunities. You have to latch on to opportunities. You have to adapt very quickly. You have to collaborate with companies like TGR and other innovative businesses will be bringing your way. You have to be very innovative. Okay? If you're not even innovative, then borrow somebody's innovation, like this TGR's innovation. Do away with status quo. Don't stay there and be saying they are all thieves online. That's not true. Just as people offline are not all thieves, but there are thieves amongst us, so also online businesses, you only just need to do your due diligence and look at the person that is introducing this to you. Look at the person that is probably the owner or the person that has brought the business forth. Do your own research and then stay quickly, adapt quickly. Have a mindset surgery. Don't look down on every business or anybody that is, just look at what they have brought. Don't look at them and say, how is this one? Today on my Royal Kill platform, I saw a 23-year-old trader, crypto trader, and I saw the house he built 23 years, 23. I'm sure some of us will see and say, I want today, I want Yahoo boys, or Yahoo nada. He bought it with money that he made from crypto. I'm into crypto and I know that you can quickly make money. Crypto is not get rich quick, but eventually you will make money. And if you have started early with businesses like we are showing you, like the Elijah now that I said by the time they were telling me about this business last year, I had made over 33 million naira. So you can imagine how much she has made up to date because I know how much I've made. And I just started in August 2023. So please have a mindset surgery. Go online, look for opportunities. And if some of us that are connectors and we are bringing them to you, just listen. Do what we are telling you to do. We are not going to lead you astray. Right. What next do you do? Start your telecom business immediately. Start on TGR right away. Okay? People actually, this was before 7th of December. These slides were put together and people actually won this. People won this. They won a lot of money during this 5th year anniversary. So thank you so much for your attention. It is time for you to ask your questions. If you have any question, it is time for you now to go ahead and let us have your question. This is OK Olausebikon. I've been at your faces all this while, and I will be glad if you follow us on this journey to TGR. Your questions, please. Your questions, your questions, your questions. Your questions, your questions. I will stop sharing this screen. I'm going to share yet another screen, okay, for us in a bit. But right now, I want to have your questions. Right now. Okay, let me go into the chat box. Okay, somebody said he's a registered member. By the way, if you got value, let me see you put value in the chat box. If you got value from what we have been saying since, kindly put value to encourage this girl. I want to see your value. if you got value. And then let's keep your questions coming. I promised some 2 persons that I was going to give them, that I'll be giving them a gift after this presentation. So we will do that shortly. All right, so in the chat box, thank you, God value. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, what benefits will accrue to you if you choose to resell? Some referral may sign up under you and they may choose to resell, are not interested in referring people. Okay, so thank you for that question, Bola Twins. If people under you do not want to refer people, but they want to sell, the number 1 advice I will give you really is for you to explain to them the values inherent in them signing up. So when they buy, all those people under you, if they choose not to refer and they are buying, when they still buy, you get paid your commission. The company will still give you commission on whatever they are doing. So the more they buy, the more money you also make. So that's it. These are just the values you also get. Whatever they are buying, as they buy, you get a percentage of what they are buying. All right. Do I have any co-host in the house? If you are there, please help me with the questions in the chat box while I go to give the people I promised to give gifts to. Co-hosts, please go into the chat box and let us hear the questions out. I promise to give some people, 2 of them, gifts if they stay till the end of the meeting. Okay? So, co-host, please let us have the questions in the chat box. Do we have any co-hosts in the house? Love Oladele, you are a co-host. Are you with us or you are against us? I'm asking you to unmute. You are co-host, you should be able to unmute by yourself. Bumi Obidare, you are a co-host. Can you please check the chat box and read out the questions for me while I go giving the people I promised to give recharge cards to? Are we there? Hello?
Hello, ma. Hello, ma.
Yes, please, can you tell us?
Hello, ma. Who is Bumi?
Yes, who is talking?
Bumi Obidare, ma.
Please, can you help me go into the chat box? And
hello, ma.
I can hear you. Can you go into the chat
there.
box and read out the questions there for me? Thank you.
Okay, there is only one question I can see. Others were comments and they said they've got value in the meeting.
Okay.
So this question says from Adeleke. Hello. It says, if I register with 50,000 and get other people under me with 10,000, how far can I go and fast, ma?
Yes.
So he's trying to say if he registers with 50,000, but the people he brings on are able to do just 10,000 naira.
Yes. So what's the question? What does he want to know? If they register with 10,000 naira, does he think that it won't have any value? Yes, it will still
The
earn.
the effect of, yes.
Effect of what?
Of people registering under him with 10,000 and not 50 like him.
Okay, so I said I actually
and not
talked about that.
50,000 like him. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. Thank you. So I actually said that while doing the presentation. The fact that you register on 50,000 and people under you are registering on 10,000 doesn't mean anything. You will still have all the values. You will earn the referral bonuses on what they have brought in, but it will be 22% of 10,000 naira they have come in with. And anytime they also buy their recharge or they buy their NEPA pins and they pay their bills on DSTV, you still have all the bonuses. So it's nothing. People under you do not really have to be on the same package with you. Okay. I hope that answered your question. All right. That Tabitha said, though he signed up, but he has never heard a lecture like this. So go all out and get people in so that you can build your structure and so on. Thanks for the well-delivered lecture. Thank you, Adewale. It was full of value and enlightenment. Thank you. If I register with 50,000, I guess that was your question that we just spoke to. You are going to go as fast as possible because even if they are all 10,000 and you're able to get a lot of them, you can still reach the 700 and something million naira. Okay? Violet Ikomi, I'm here. All right, welcome, sis. I hope you will collect the sign-in code and sign tonight. All right. Adeleke said it's clear. That's good. Right. The two persons I promised, I think, is Mr. Tabitha and Mr. Adegbite. Okay. Please put out your number. I just want to show you. I want to use your own gift to show people how we make money. Oh, Mrs. Tabitha Amos. So sorry, so sorry. I ought to have known that Tabitha is actually a woman's name. All right. Please put your number and the network. So is it MTN? Is it Glow Mobile? Is it Airtel? Put in your number. You are about to go home with, okay, you are on MTN. Mr. Adegbite. Mr. Adegbite is also on MTN. Okay. So let me start with Mr. Adegbite. What you are seeing on the screen, I've started sharing my screen again, is the interface of Top Up and Get Reward. This is my own dashboard. So I'm going to log in right now, and then we will see how far we have gone today as far as making money is concerned on TJR. I guess my network is quite slow. All right. So you can see, that 6,972 naira is money made passively. And from the time I transferred money from my current commission balance to this current wallet balance, I've already made another 391 naira. See, even if it's 391 naira that I make per day, which is not, it's something. It's something because, hey, go and try and steal 300 naira in the market and see how they will deal with you. So if you are making this kind of money passively, you should just thank God for this opportunity. So what I do, because the money has to get into your current wallet balance before you can transfer to your bank accounts. You can move money from your current commission balance because this is where all commission goes in. And we are going to see that just now. What I'm going to do is I will move this 391 also from this current commission balance to the current wallet balance. And then I will give out the airtime I want to give the people who have collected their numbers. And then you will see how I will also take back some money, even from the gifts I have given them. Okay? So what you do is you go to your account. This is my dashboard. Okay? And then I go to my commission. This is my commission wallet that you will see next. That's where that 391 naira is. I will move it to my wallet. That arrow, you just click on withdraw, and then you put how much you want to withdraw. I want to take out all these 391 naira. So it will go there. I just want it to be empty so that you can see how much I will make by the time we come back in a few minutes time. Right. You can see what is there right now, just 27 kobo, right? By the time we come back, you will see it will have increased because I'm going to buy them airtime. Okay? I want to buy them airtime. I have Mr. Digbite's number, and I'm just going to do airtime recharge. This is just for you to go around the dashboard and see how we make money in TGR. So he said is on MTN. So you need to click on MTN, whichever network provider that you want to charge from. You click on it and highlight it. If it's Glo, you highlight Glo. If it's Nine Mobile, you highlight Nine Mobile. If it's Airtel, you highlight Airtel. Well, this time I want to do MTN, okay? I'm actually giving them this recharge because they came very early, the two of them, Mr. Degite and Miss Tabitha Amos. All right, so how much do I even want to do? Let me give you 200 naira recharge and I pay. You will see how fast it goes. You see, transaction successful. By now, it will be with him. It has already left my own account. So the next person is Miss Tabitha, and she's also on MTN, and we'll see how that goes as well. So going back here, we still want to do airtime recharge, and it's still on MTN. Looks like MTN is having the day in Nigeria. Everybody seems to be on MTN. So that's the number. And let's do 200 for her as well. And pay. You can see how fast their network is. That's what it is because I already have my VTU. I do my transaction just like that. So now, let's now look at what we really want to look at. I haven't given that. Please confirm in the chat box if you have received your recharge of 200 naira each. Now, let's go back now and see my accounts and look at commission. Remember, I did 200 naira. You can see we left 27 kobo there. I already have 8 naira. And that's how it goes. This small 8 naira 20 kobo, 1 naira. These are the ways money are being made in TGR. So you see the 4 naira is already here. Purchase of 200 MTN to the number we just did by Flourishing Great K. That's my username because I want to flourish, and I'm actually, in fact, I'm flourishing. It's not flourish, it's not to flourish Great K, it's Flourishing Great K. So I'm flourishing, and I want you all to flourish alongside with me. So that 200 naira earned me 4 naira. The other deposit also earned me another 4 naira. This is the transfer I made, 391 is already here. Everything is just like the speed of the light when it comes to TGR. All these 20 kobo, 30 kobo, 6 naira 50, you can see purchase of 6,500 internet data by this username. I have 6 naira 50. I didn't know when he did it in his house, but they are giving me part of the deal. That's what we call profit sharing, because we are partnering with them. All this money, 1 naira, 1 naira 20, 3 naira 95. And if you look at the dates, you will notice that they were all done today, 1701, 1701, 1701, 1701. Okay? These are all the monies made today. You can see the dates there. 1701, 1701, 1701. And it's very easy. It's a very, very easy business to do. I hope we've all seen how it works. If you have any question concerning this dashboard now, you can ask. Okay. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for receiving it with love. Thank you for coming early. If you have not signed up, please collect the link from the person who has invited you today and register quick. Register quick. If anybody has any question on this dashboard before I stop sharing, please put in the chat box so that we can deal with it now. All right. So this is what it is. You have your account, you have everything just there. The profile, the information, your wallet, your commission wallet, your point value, how many point values you've made, your earnings, the policy of the company, everything has been provided for us right here. So I'm going to stop sharing now. And if we don't have any more questions, then we can jolly well call it a day. Okay? So Femi Olawore said, how do I sign up? All you need to do is to just chat off the person that has invited you for this meeting, collect the link, and get started. Collect the link and get started. Okay, Bola Twins, I'm the one that, you said I'm the one that invited you and that I should send you link, okay? I will send you the link. Thank God for your life. You have decided to make money this year. So any other person that wants to get signed up, please just go straight to the person who has invited you to this call. Say thank you to the person, collect the link, and start off today, because it's the best thing to do, really. You earn as you use your riches. So thank you so much for being here. We are going to end the call now. Don't forget to reach out to the person who has invited you to this call so that you can get started immediately. All right, you can unmute yourself and say good night. Happy night rest to you all. God bless you. All right, thank you. Remain blessed too, Tabitha.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night. God bless
Don't forget,
you.
if you've not signed up, make sure you sign up tonight. Don't even wait till tomorrow. Okay? Good night.
Good night.
And
Good night, everyone.
if you joined on any platform, ask for the person who is the administrator of